Alright. Recording started.
Use a wedge, that's cheap.
It is, but it's the only way I can start this bugger. Because you can keep pulling it and pulling it and pulling it, but you won't start.
That's the small chainsaw over.
Boys and their toys, I tell you.
I saw them up that in before. Sorry.
Is there anything in there?
Yep, they're all in the back here.
Talk about camouflage.
Yeah. These are AAs.
Yay! They're my favourite!
I can tell straight away by the stores, the pollen stores down here.
Because it's so small?
Because there's only pollen stores and they're very small cells, and the colour of the pollen, see how it's very, very yellow?
So where did you get that log from?
This is George's.
Graham's.
George, where did you get it from? Out Childers.
Childers.
Back at Childers way. Yep.
Name's Graham.
Oh, Graham, sorry, not George.
Robbie!
Harry. I've been calling you all things today, haven't I?
As long as it's not late for dinner, I suppose.
Do you want these in a cypress box or a cedar box? Cedar. I prefer to put AAs in cedars.
That's a big box.
Yeah, it is. But the AAs will fill this.
Why do you prefer to put them in cedar?
I don't know, just they just from where they come from and the way they build, they just prefer to have a cedar for some reason. Look at all those. Look at that pollen.
Oh, wow.
So you've got to.
Not a lot.
Dean, is there a reason you don't put wire in the bottom of your boxes?
Yep. It allows pests to hide underneath the wire, for one. Another one is they don't seem to do as well in a box with wire in the bottom for some reason.
So I best take all the wire out of mine.
I tried it once and just give up.
I suppose it's all right as long as you don't put any honey in there with them.
Yes, exactly. See, what the wire was intended for was to keep the brood up off the floor for when you put them in the box.
And the honey leaks.
And the honey leaks.
Yeah.
But I always put drain holes. I don't put any in the cedar ones because the AAs don't tend to use them.
Six mil hole.
How big is it?
We're still trying to find the Still trying to find the brood.
What
It's hidden.
size hole, Dean?
Is it in
Drainage hole, 6 mil?
Yeah, 6 mil I usually put in there. Sorry?
Is it in that hole?
No. Look, there's some Kadaji seeds.
Oh, yeah.
No, they'll only have a little bit under here. Right. The other thing is I didn't grab a spoon.
Oh, grab one.
Seems to be a lot of soil in that, Dean, is it? Do you reckon they carted that in there?
No, it's from the termites. Termite rubbish. See, they go.
It's
They
almost
keep moving
soil.
up, and all their rubbish drops down and fills up the bottoms of the logs. There's still some stores in there. There's honey. There's a honey stores in the bottom. I was wondering where their honey was. If the honey's in there, the brood actually could be in there.
Yeah.
Because they always store the honey close to the brood. And the pollen's above, and there's honey and there's brood. So the brood could be in there, not behind that at all. I didn't think there was enough room for it. Yep. Here's the brood. Beautiful. Oh, careful.
Oh, wow.
That's spectacular.
Oh, wow.
For AAs, that's massive.
It is good.
That's huge.
Thanks. I've actually tipped this brood out of a log into a box because it's like caviar. They're so loose that they just don't stick together.
Of the stores and stores.
Where to put my box? There it is.
No formation of them.
Pop in and have a look at that. That's fantastic.
That's a big one.
That's a nice size AA.
Yeah.
They've sealed up that quite well. Yeah, so you'll always see, with AAs, you'll always see the brood, honey pots, pollen pots above. So if you find pollen, you know there's honey down below, and then brood bit down below that. Now if you want to taste this honey, you'll taste it, you'll find it's very, very much different to the TCs. This one is the closest you'll ever taste to honeybee honey. It's got no tang.
Yes, I will taste that.
So these girls have actually used a little bit of
You tried Bob's honey from his frames yet, Dean?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, well, it's devoid of any pollen.
Yeah, it would be any pollen whatsoever. Yeah, yeah.
I actually prefer the tanginess with the pollen in it.
Well, the tang actually comes from the propolis, and it's from the resins that they use out of the tree.
Well, not so much the pollen.
No. It's the propolis that surrounds it, and it's got all the resins in it from the trees, and it's what gives it most of its taste.
Stop.
Oh, beautiful bit of brood.
Stop.
You see how it's all higgly-piggly all over the shop. but they're very, very loose. They don't stick together real well.
It has a top and a bottom?
Sorry?
Does it have a top and a bottom?
Yeah. This is the bottom down here.
So you try and transfer it the same?
Yeah, try and transfer it the same.
Stop.
And the queen's tucked in there somewhere?
I should be able to see the queen in this one somewhere. But you'll see how there's very little workers. AAs they don't have the thousands and thousands of workers that the others do.
Does that mean they're smarter than the average bee?
Well, who knows?
Automation, some sort of.
Looks like they got more brood than bees.
Yes, yeah, and they do.
So there'll just be one queen there, and you haven't got any queen cells? Or
Yeah, there's quite a few queen cells in there. There's one just there.
Where?
that's a bigger one.
There's a couple in here. There's one there. This one's just about to hatch.
Oh, and that's slightly bigger than the others, I can see. Like a little rice bubble.
Yeah, and you'll find with AAs there's not a lot of difference between the queen cells. These are just about to hatch, all of these cells. And you'll see little black dots on the ends whichever way they're going to hatch from. You see one just there? You can just see the eye of the bee, just through there.
So how do you know which one's the queen in this one?
When I spot her,
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
So seeing you said it's got so many queen cells in there,
Yep.
can you just start another hive straight away, or do you have to wait 12 months, or what?
No, with the AAs, they're one of the few that work with very little with workers. So I know Dean Healy down at on the Gold Coast. He's got quite a lot of AAs, and he's experimented quite a bit with them. And what he's done is he's taken, say, this much brood here, put in a box with a queen cell, and they've built.
It looks beautiful.
These are finished. They're opened.
Eating all the profits now.
That just tastes like normal honey, but runnier.
Yeah, like normal honeybee honey.
Yeah. Oh, it's starting to run out the end.
Leave your finger there.
I feel like the keeper could die, your finger in the dye. Can I use this?
Yeah.
You know that's an Australian story? The Dutch, I've never heard of that.
Really?
Yeah. I spent a bit of time in Holland.
Yeah?
Don't joke about things like that.
I don't think I would either if you're below sea level.
Below sea level.
Anybody even taste some of the honey?
Yeah. Nobody's sitting there going,
Very good.
Look at that little drop right there.
So again, no honey in the new hive, just pollen?
Just pollen. These guys, they gather so much pollen. It's honey. It's unbelievable. If within a week they'll have just as much honey stores in there as what they have as the pollen that I put in.
It's not as organised, is it?
Oh no. No, the only thing that they do, their honey and their pollen is separated entirely. You will never find pollen mixed in with the honey.
Which makes life a little easier.
Yes, it does.
There's a lot in this spot here.
What?
bees.
Yeah, I've got to evict them.
You're a native bee, Christopher. You'd be an AA.
It's because he's sweet.
No.
No, he's all over the shop.
Bedrooms all over the bloody place.
It doesn't my two.
See how these are like caviar?
Yeah.
It's the only other way I could describe them.
So they'll go and reorientate all
Yeah, they'll fix them all
There's a
up.
white one.
Yeah, that's a nurse
bee.
a nurse bee. This is only just hatched. He might have just hatched in the last 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah.
Let me get some pictures for the whip.
See how it hasn't got a lot of...
No, he hasn't got a lot of coordination.
No,
His little wings aren't
working properly. Yeah.
It's sort of going like that.
Put those on the website.
Yeah, I'll post them all. I'll have to edit them on the computer.
We've still got the last video from the other
Yeah,
workshop too, the 2 videos.
yeah, I'll
that
put
need
them
to
on
go
the
up.
computer.
But we'll have to put it on. We'll have to put it on YouTube because it doesn't.
Yeah, it's
it won't
too
load
big
up on
for
the Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
There's some eggs on
You're picking these seeds off me legs.
And Dean, will they keep broods separated from stores, as in the super?
Yes. Yeah. See how not one bee touches you out of these? They're not interested in us. They're the most placid bees you could ever work on.
Oh, he's on your thumb.
once. We should get some of those.
What do you think we should call them?
I'll just check this one.
What wouldn't call them?
They don't.
That's okay.
Because of where they are, they're out in the zones where you don't find many others. If anything is going to be out there, it'll be TC, and they're not interested in taking over the AAs. That's me in that.
There's not a lot of bees, is there?
No, there's not. There never is. You'll never see a lot in AAs. They just don't maintain the workforce that the others do.
Yeah, they can collect so much honey.
Yeah. They do collect a lot of honey.
They collect about...
Bugger or pollen?
Yeah, not a lot of pollen either.
Just
That should be plenty.
So Dean, do they fight with the TCs or the THs?
No,
Neither of them. So.
No.
Oh, that's a good thing.
and they're not interested. The TCs don't leave them alone as well. About the only thing you will find, you'll probably find TCs close to these. You'll even find them in the same log, which I did when I did the workshop out at Esk. Where, sorry?
Just down
In here? Yeah, there's still a couple there. I'll get them out. I just want to get this honey out first so I don't drown too many bees.
Get rid of it. All the bees are going to the honey.
Well, they'll come out.
Don't hit, Mommy. That's naughty.
We've never had a season like normally we're done by now, but there's still some down there, but it's just
Wow. You wouldn't think there'd be that much honey from a hive.
Do they have a tree preference, the AOs?
A tree? Yeah, mostly ironbarks. They love ironbark. And this is probably, this cavity that they're in here is probably on the bigger side of what they usually they usually colonise. That's an empty one.
That fly.
Yeah.
What are they called again? What's the fly called?
Cypher fly.
Cypher fly.
Yeah. Yep. There's a little bee.
There's a big one going to the hive.
Where'd he go?
It's already at the box.
Is there one hanging around there, is there?
Yeah.
They're buggers.
What are these bigger bees doing? A bigger abdomen.
That's your nurse. That's your nurse bees.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah. There's still a bit more honey up here, isn't there?
There's 2 civet flies here now.
Oh, if you can kill them, kill them.
Yeah, if you can get them.
Just wait for them to come on. Flies will be in here.
It's starting to shorten up now. The days are shortening up and the sun's at our place is going further over.
It's got wet wings. Oh, flying.
You're right.
There we go.
Yeah, right.
It's not got a fly too.
Look at all the honey up here.
So you just leave this new hive just next to the log now? How long?
It can stay there for tonight. It can go home tonight, or it can stay there for a couple of days.
Okay. But just if you just left it till tonight, that would be okay?
Yeah, all the bees will be in there tonight. Because what I'll do this afternoon, I'll still have to evict some more bees out of here. If they don't all move out. And then
And how do you do that? How do you evict them?
you just keep taking the bits apart.
Okay.
Where the bees are. They'll try and hide in the batumen and stuff.
Right.
And you just keep taking them apart and knocking them out if you have to. But 90% of them, 98% of them will go in the box without an issue.
So the queen will be somewhere stuck down inside that brood somewhere?
She'll be in there somewhere.
And then that's why autumn will go.
If she has been squashed, the queen cells will reproduce and they'll start again.
Yeah, I lost the queen in the last one because she was right against the base where I cut it away from the base, and she was right on the base and she got injured. So a new queen hatched within 3 weeks, and they're working really well again now. I can't see these younger ones, these lighter coloured ones. They're all the callows. So they'll all be nurse bees to start with. So their job is to look after the brood.
Small, aren't they?
They are. They're a little bit smaller. There's got to be a queen in there somewhere. I don't know where she is.
In the middle.
She'll be in there somewhere.
Oh, what was that?
That was one of those flies.
Already.
Oh, they don't take long. They get in there quick.
Do they lay an egg or a live egg?
No, an egg. But the eggs will only take 2 days to hatch.
When you only live for 50 days, you make
I've studied pests quite a bit. I've put stores out to attract pests, so I can see exactly what they do in every stage of their life cycle and how long it takes them to do what. It's not long. It's not long. And I see people that open up hives and they've been slimed, and they say, but I only checked it last week.
That giant thing.
Do that funny smell. They're quick.